Okay, so when we left it off...
Oh god.
so we get an old god. Estelle, Zabi and Olby had arrived at Helm's Deep. Just after a huge, massive battle. Yeah? You... upon arrival, came across Aragorn, Legolas and Gimli, and King Theoden, who they seem to be in discussions with surrounding what to do with the refugees that seem to have exodused from Tharbad. Zilntrast has decided to go wandering off into the wold and amongst all the miners and the dust and the dirt to try and recon some information surrounding this supposed falling star that some people have been talking about.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
And Theo spent a great majority of the time in his luxury tent, eating, drinking, and talking to his commanding officers.
We're having a party. Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't know who Whisper intends to start with, but for your benefit, Whisper, I wrote this in a note to be sent to and be seen only by Theo, so there you go.
You send that in a note, yes.
I sent that in a note to Theo. Whether or not it's reached him by now was still up in the air. So I'm just going to also take a quick note of that.
We'll start with Theo.
Hey, that gives me time to write.
Yeah.
Theo, you're in your tent, and as you instructed all the civilians to go away and think about what they were going to be doing, as well as the commanding officers and all that kind of stuff.
But can I just confirm something? Because I'm a little bit confused. Was it late afternoon and we were having tea?
Yes.
We were having like the roasted pig, if I remember right, weren't we?
That's right. Yes.
Oh. Okay. Cool.
Yes. And Freya went off and did some shopping and came back.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
I'm all good. Yes.
She's keeping an inventory of everything that she's bought and how much she's allowed to spend, like how much she's got to spend. All this bit written down in a little notebook.
Yep. No worries.
Okay. So yes, this is getting on to late afternoon now.
Am I able? Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing at this particular moment because I can't remember. But am I able to go out to where the people are getting food? Because we tried arranging food for people, so the ball was meant to be split.
Yes.
And all that. And,
yeah.
Because I know Freya bought some barrels of beer and ale.
Yes.
Can I get someone to help decant some to give to the people who would like some, the civilians?
You can find somebody. Yeah, you find somebody. Just one of the soldiers or one of the officers or something like that.
Should I do that?
To help? Yeah, sure. You go up to one of the officers and you say, "Can you just break open one of those barrels?" kind of thing. It doesn't take a massive axe to it and start like lobbing into the side of it.
Just a little popcorn.
It's not that quite refined either. What they do is they basically just turn the barrel up on end and break the top of it, so to speak.
Okay, so you're just dipping a cup in.
You just dip a cup in, yes. Okay, so the barrel stays upright, and all they do is just pop the lid off it.
Okay, no worries.
Okay, so there's all this taps and all the rest of it. No, there's none of that sort of stuff. You will come across those kind of things in a tavern or in an inn or something like that, where they have little like a wooden tap or a metal tap with a cork usually bunged into the end of it just to stop from dripping on the floor. But at campsites and things like that outside the city, they'll just literally just turn the barrel up on end and just break the lid.
No worries. I mean, what I'm intending to do is with food goes drink. So as they're getting their food, they can get a drink as well at the same time.
Alright, okay. So yeah, these couple of soldiers, they go over to the carriage and they pull off one of the barrels, wheel it along the palm it across the ground, rolling it to a place near the kind of where the wild boar is cooking. Wheel it round onto its end, and then another one returns with a small little fire axe kind of thing, like a hand axe, and then just starts hitting the side parts of the top of the barrel until the lid pops off.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
As soon as the lid pops off, you can smell something close to 100 pints of lovely fermented brewed ale.
Nice. Nice. That's cool. I like.
Okay.
Yes.
Frey's finished cleaning up. Yeah.
Yeah.
She sorted everything else out. She's sorted out the tarping, tied that down, make sure there's no the cart is fairly secure. She's put rocks under the wheels, so it won't accidentally roll away or anything like that.
We should have guards standing on it.
Young guards on it.
I did ask Freya to sort that out last
Okay.
time. When she went to put the cart somewhere, I told her to make sure there was guards, just any funny business.
Any funny business. She has found two kind of junior class soldiers who are just standing. One's leaned up against the cart, the other one seems to be just standing, and occasionally walks around the cart.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yep, that's fine.
If anybody does come near the cart, you notice that they just said, "Oh, this is not for you. This is the commander's business."
Yep.
Yeah. While they're securing your cart with all the supplies and all that sort of stuff, Freya is feeding the horses, just keeping the brush down.
Good.
Okay. She occasionally gets up and she goes around and just makes sure that the guide ropes to your tent are tightened up. Yeah.
Cool.
Some of them haven't come slack or haven't come loose. So she's preoccupying herself with the usual day-to-day stuff. She doesn't really need to be told what to do because she's gone through this training session where
Yeah.
she automatically knows what she needs to do.
Yeah. I wasn't going to tell her, do this, feed me. That's all fine.
No.
A bit extra.
She knows what she's got to do. She's been through this kind of thing already.
When she learns how to burp me, I'm fine.
What?
Never mind. They missed it. It's alright.
I want to stand by where the beer and the pig is, like where people will be collecting their food from.
Yes.
Until I can see everyone's got a drink or if everyone's got food.
There's people coming down and people are getting a piece of meat and a bit of bread and there's an assortment of cheese and some fruit and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like there's some kind of a large tub of preservative as well. Looks like a pickle of some sort. Not really sure what's gone into it, but it's certainly bitter. And tasting as well, very savoury.
No worries.
Yeah, and for every adult there is a tankard kind of not really a tankard, but just a wooden cup.
Yep.
Seems to be like a turned cup kind of thing, like on a lathe.
Yeah.
Small beaker of ale.
That's fine.
Yes, and people are starting to form queues.
Good.
Okay.
I like me a good queue.
You see families coming down in groups, making their way across, and then joining the queue and getting something to eat, and then some of them are tucking into it before they actually make it back to where their little camp is at. Some of them are waiting until they get back to the camp, and then they're eating when they get back to the camp.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay.
I've just got to stand there until the last person's gone.
Be a while.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Don't trust.
Yes.
You are in the middle of the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you are still predominantly in what we call Zone 1, which is the green zone as drawn out on your little map. And as you look around, you can see there's little green flags marking out borders and things like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the occupation taking place around you is mining of some sort. You can see that it's mine carts being like on railway tracks, so to speak, being moved from one end of an open cast quarry to looks like a sorting yard, and it looks like there's a couple of timber buildings at the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's various workers dotted around. A couple of dwarves. Predominantly, most of them are men. Most of them from Rohan, several from Gondor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're making your way through that.
Okay. My plans remain unchanged when I get to this light green, well, teal X here.
That X in the middle. Yeah.
I'm gonna start stealthing, and just before I get onto the like white borderline, I wanna do a perception roll.
Okay. Well, you say you're making your way steadily across the green section at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Estelle. Zabi.
Right.
Estelle, you have King Theodon has turned away from you and starts walking away.
Mm-hmm.
Legolas and Aragorn have gone. Well, a case of like Aragorn has gone chasing after him. Legolas has gone chasing after Aragorn. Yes.
You hear the Benny Hill music in the background.
Gimli has turned to you and said he's pleased that you made it this far.
Your Majesty.
Your Majesty.
Yes, congratulations, Your Majesty.
Yay. And he goes. Or is he there?
No, he's still there. He says, congratulations, Your Majesty. We never expected you to make it this far.
Wait, what?
Thanks.
Yeah?
You too.
Thanks, you too.
I am completely lost. What?
Yeah.
I don't know where you got Majesty from, but there you go.
That's what King Theodon turned to you and said, are these your people? And you said, yeah, sure, why not? King Theodon said, well, Your Majesty, would you please get your people out of my dungeon?
I didn't say I was royalty.
Doesn't matter, apparently they're your people. And then he walked off, then Aragorn kind of looked at you, as if to say, like, as if you've said something you're not supposed to say or something. And then gone running after King Theodon. Legolas didn't look at you, and just said, Aragorn, wait, and went running after Aragorn. Gimli kind of just smirked, looked up at you, and said, well, congratulations, Your Majesty. We didn't expect you to make it this far.
I knew your name was important, but this is getting ridiculous.
Oh, okay. Do you know how long the king will be staying here for?
Not long.
How long is not long? Is it more than a day?
Probably a day. Probably stay here
Okay.
tonight, and then he'd be wanting to make his way back to Edoras, probably by morning.
By morning or leaving on the morning?
Leaving in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that area all outside there? Is all the people from Tharbad, right?
All the people.
All of them are there, like in that area.
Not everybody from Tharbad's not there.
Okay.
Just some refugees from Tharbad. Remember, Tharbad has gone through some kind of upheaval. Not too sure exactly what. And Gimli's kind of like saying that Part of it's been flooded.
Right.
Yeah. Some people have moved out, and they've something else has obviously happened. Gimli can't elaborate on what exactly has happened, but the some of the people that he's overheard from that area have said that there's been some severe flooding or something like that, and part of the town's been washed, like it's washed out. It's under 2 feet of water at the moment.
Right.
Yes. So they've left there and they've come here.
For hopefully shelter?
Well, they were picked up like in virtually no time by Rohan patrol. Yeah. Crossing the border between Rohan and Arnor. So they were obviously like placed under house arrest and were brought straight here. Now they're all shacked up. Now they're all shacked up in the dungeons.
Well, I'll before revisiting the king again. I just want to check every single of those refugees. I just want to look through them all. Just make sure to make sure there's no one that I know that's in there that. Yeah.
What, like your mother?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
That'd probably take you the whole frickin' day.
Well, I just want to make sure she's here before I gung ho to make plans for Tharbad. Because that's originally why I'm here. We are here.
Right.
Okay. Well, as far as he knows, they're all been down like in the basement.
Okay.
Yeah, there's occasionally a few in the courtyard, and there's a few dotted in various like cubby holes and like archways and things like that. Most darkened corners, but they're spread out pretty much all over the place. Yeah. There's also an awful lot of Rohaners around as well as around, and a few elves. There's a few other elves as well.
Yeah, I'm just surprised and not surprised that they're not shocked by little old me.
They're not what? By what?
Surprised and not surprised about little old me.
Oh.
What? A hobbit?
Yeah.
No, they've seen hobbits.
How many?
Yeah, didn't you have like a bunch of hobbits with you, Gimli?
Yeah, they had some.
Where are they?
They lost them.
What happened?
How did you lose
Wait,
hobbits?
what?
They lost them.
You haven't lost me.
Things got very complicated.
Yeah.
Yeah, things got fairly complicated.
How so?
Well, he can't elaborate. He can't say exactly names or what they're doing or where they're at or anything like that. He just says he just got complicated.
This is Gimli, by the way.
Yeah.
Sir.
And hi.
Names skipped.
Okay.
Oh,
Since
geez,
this whole
thanks.
situation went from left to right and didn't stop. So, but there you go.
Well, you got a friend in the deep end, didn't you?
He says, well, if you excuse me, Your Highness, I better go and chase after Aragorn before he goes and does something stupid.
Okay.
And he kind of just
Alright.
waddles
Like
up.
I haven't had that trouble.
So he makes his way down the corridor. As he's walking along, you can see he's trailing this huge chainmail shirt behind him.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Mhm.
It's like metal being scraped across stone. Just you can hear it coming like a mile off. Yeah.
Okay.
Looks like he's been in a few battles.
Probably. Anyway, I want to go off down to where all those hardboiled people is. I start moving. Estelle starts moving.
Why am I itching to shoot a target right now? I don't know why I'm itching to shoot a target.
Because we've been RP so much. I don't know. Anyway,
well,
No, this
we've
is a
had so many
character
episodes, haven't we?
saying
I know.
yeah.
this.
No, don't worry.
Don't
It'll
kill
all heat up.
anybody while we're here, please.
Don't kill
I'm
me.
not going to be that stupid. I'm going to probably look for, like,
Slightly
I don't know
wounded,
those.
that's all.
I'm just probably going to look for, like, a target range thing or something.
I was gonna say, like, maybe just find one of those and shoot.
Unless I shoot outside.
You want to waste an arrow just to shoot outside?
Don't judge me.
Anyway, I want to look for my people. My people? I
Yeah,
wanna
your people,
look
that's
for Starboard refugees.
Estelle turns around and literally says, "I'm gonna go looking for my people."
Well, technically, I'm looking for people
Oh,
that
yeah,
are
they are
my
your
family.
people.
So they're my people. I'm looking for my people, which is the mom. The mom is my people.
For my people.
You know what? Since Estelle is doing that, Zabby's going to do some scouting.
Whereabouts?
Just
So if
all
you're
about,
doing,
basically.
if you are doing that, then I'll just remember that you're going there, and if I ever need you, I'll poke. But Owie, are you gonna be following me, or you gonna hang around a while, or you could keep an eye on the locate, like where those people earlier were, where they are now.
Always says it'll probably be better keep an eye on you.
Oh, you want to keep
We
an
don't
eye
want
on
you.
me?
We don't want you having any more promotions.
Or to get in frickin' trouble. Because, like those guys who had quote unquote problems, you seem to get in a lot of trouble as well. Just saying. And Zappy just goes off, just scouting
Am I
about
that
the.
famous for getting into trouble now? Is this a thing? Is this really?
What?
Yeah, that's a thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, Zappy just basically just walks off and starts scouting obviously the grounds of the area that they're in, as well as maybe outside of the area as well.
All right, good. So Zabby,
Just to basically see if anything's odd.
okay, Zabby.
You know, just
Zabby
out of the ordinary.
makes her way outside. Estelle, you can make your
I'm
way
scouting.
downstairs. That's where the
With
great,
Owie
great
watching me, I'm guessing.
always watching. Yeah. Her comment of we don't want you getting any more promotions in the near future. Yeah.
And Zappy's add-on comment and getting in trouble.
And it's the greater mass of your populace kind of thing, of your people, is downstairs. Okay, head downstairs, and you can see an assortment of people, families, mostly women, children.
Shall I?
Well,
Can
do you want to do a perception check to see if your mum's there?
Yeah. Yeah. Or going through and seeing anyone I recognize. But mostly, top priority is my mum among the people.
Gone down. It's very dark down here. There is some torches lit up, and you can see that these kind of look like they are storage cells. They're not prison cells, they're storage cells.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and in there you can see there's people like sitting on sacks and on barrels and sitting on the floor and stuff like that, leaned up against walls and stuff like that. It's not massively noisy, but it's not quiet either. Yeah, the people are talking and are shuffling, and you can hear things. And you're going from one, and you're looking like in the open doorway, trying to look amongst the shadows. You can see faces, and you're not too sure if you recognize them or not, or you feel as if maybe you should recognize them, but you also feel as if, like, how are you supposed to recognize somebody in the crowds in Tharbat and try to remember their name or remember who they are. And some faces you do recognize, but you don't know their names. Some people you recognize as being like traders and craftsmen, but you know what they're skilled in, but you still don't really know an awful lot about them, like whether they're married or that kind of stuff, or where they're from. You just think, oh, I recognize that guy. He's like
he sold me that bread from like
he's on the
2 years
corner
ago.
of this street and this street, and he seems to be from the docks. I see him fairly regular, like every morning or something like that, but I don't know his name. And there's lots of all these faces that you kind of recognize, but you don't really. The more you keep on recognizing them, the more you understand that you don't actually know them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep looking until I get through pretty much all of them that I can.
Okay, you go from cell to cell. And you.
Hopefully there's a mum. That's what.
You keep searching. You move from cell to cell, and the occupancy of each particular storeroom cell is pretty much the same, about 15 to 20. Yeah.
No, mum.
Always standing beside you, and she is. She's not commenting. She's just. She's looking as well. But she's not saying anything. And when you stop, she tends to stop, but she stops a couple of feet behind you.
Right.
Okay. Theo.
Yes.
Everybody's been fed.
Yay! Can I grab a drink? And can I go to a place where it looks like they might all hear me, roughly?
Yeah. It's pretty much like next to where they're cooking the hog.
Perfect. I would like. I'm going to shout this quite loud. I'm not physically going to shout it because, oh my god, I'll get killed. But Theo is going to shout out to the group of people. You drink tonight, you eat tonight from those who gave their lives for you. Remember your friends, your families, and those who fell. Tomorrow's another start, another new beginning. But tonight, we remember. And then I turn around and walk away.
Good night.
I go back to Freya.
Okay.
Hold me.
Why?
No, I don't. I go to Freya and I say, look, Freya, I'm going to go into town. I want to go and get a shower or a bath or something to wash down. Because I've realised I've not had a wash and I've still got the blood stains on my actual person.
Yeah.
Need to go and have a little wash. So I'm going to go find a tavern or somewhere I can go.
Okay.
In town. I'll be back later tonight.
Okay. Is there anything you need doing while you're gone?
Nope. And I hand her the commander's coat, so I'm not actually going to wear that.
Okay. She kind of takes it, puts it over one arm, folds it, and then she puts it in. So she goes into your commander's tent and puts it on the back of your chair. No
worries. I start going into a place where I can look to get washed.
Okay, you start heading.
Even if I have to pay for a room somewhere, I don't really care.
No, you make your way steadily into town. You can hear the people talking and drinking and eating behind you as you leave.
Did Freya ever go into the bars? Did she know the bar was an inn or? No, she wasn't. She was out the back of one, wasn't she?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. No, don't worry. I'll just continue. I suppose I could ask her if she thinks it would have a place there, because that's the only place I know she's told of so far.
You can ask around and see.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody might point you in the right direction.
Yeah, I'll go and ask.
Okay, Dylan Trust.
Yes.
We made it past all the zone 1 of mining kind of activity.
Thank God for that.
The area you're entering into now is significantly much darker. Nighttime is coming.
I'm not worried. I'm an elf. I can see in the dark. Can I not?
Yeah, you can see in the dark. It's fine.
Night vision, go!
You just aware that it is getting darker, and this might be an area that is, because it's unoccupied, it could potentially have some wild creatures or wild beasts and that roaming around in it.
Well, since I hit that X, I'm still thinking so. I'll be okay.
Okay, you making your way towards it. Like I say, you some large boulders and things like that, and you're moving your way around them. They're predominantly sandstone at the moment. There's a couple of granite ones, and you're climbing over them. There's some cactuses and some wild bushes, some thorny bushes kind of thing. Is the limit of vegetation that's in this area. There's no trees or anything like that.
Mhm.
It's very dusty, very sandy. Yeah.
Dusty, sandy area.
There's little, like, as if somebody's been doing some test pits, mining pits. But they're very small. They're only about 6 foot wide, about 2 or 3 feet deep. Like somebody's been taking some surface samples. Yeah. Dotted around all over the place. It looks like there's little craters here, there, and everywhere. But every so often there's these jutting, big, massive monoliths of like humongous rock that just seems to jut up out of this barren wilderness.
Yes.
Yeah. Like there's one straight ahead, there's a couple on the left, and there's one on the right. They're all misshapen. You can see a crack going all the way down from the top, almost to the base of one of them. It's like as if either summit or nature itself is trying to split these actual rocks apart. But yeah, there's nothing out there. It's very quiet. You can hear the wind whistling. Yeah. And there is predominantly nothing out there. You can see the lights in the distance from the area that's like the white zone kind of thing. Zone 4. You can see some lamps and looks like some torches in the distance, kind of flickering and burning, and all the mining activity that's behind you as well. You can see all the lights and all the fires and the braziers and things like that are illuminating. The part that you're in at the moment, looking around you, is just completely darkness, just black.
It's fine by me. I proceed towards the X, and as I'm doing so, I'm just kind of keeping an eye out, like maybe my chakram or one of my sais close to my hand, just in case I need to use one of them.
Yep. Like I say, yeah, you're steadying yourself. You are feeling your way pretty much with your hands and your feet, stepping on boulders, checking that they're not moving. On occasion, you step on like these paths that seem to circle the perimeter, the outer rim of one of these test pits. And as you're walking along, you feel the gravel underneath your feet give way and kind of like just roll down into the base of these small little craters. The stones themselves feel pretty loose under feet, apart from these huge ones that weigh several tons, which you have no choice but to actually just go around them.
Okay. Okay, can I do a perception check?
For?
Just any wild creatures that are in close proximity to me.
You can roll. Roll if you want to roll, yeah. No.
17.
No, there's not that. You don't perceive any creatures of any sort around you.
Okay. Even though my perception is plus 58.
Yeah. No, there's no. You don't perceive any creatures. Like any creatures, like 4-legged, 2-legged, or anything. Not even insect around you.
Do I find this weird?
Given it's a place that's got no vegetation, no water, or anything like that, then it probably would feel normal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I keep on route to the X. While doing so, I'm hoping that Theo has gotten my note that I sent off to him a good couple of hours ago, I might add.
It doesn't matter. You're in the middle of the world.
Doesn't matter. You
Yeah,
gave it to someone else.
this is just my internal monologue.
Okay.
I'm just, like, I hope that O'Hearn has gotten my note.
You gave it to a man that you hope is going to be trustworthy.
Yep. Pretty much.
Oh my god. What, does that always works out well, doesn't it?
Right, that's a great way if you can trust them.
Zabi,
Yellow.
you are outside. You are outside, but you're on the interior
Yes.
wall
I'm
of
just
Helm's Deep.
scouting. Yeah.
And there's a few
I'm
dead bodies. You can
just-
see there's a few dead bodies of orcs and several elves and a couple of Rohan soldiers and that sort of thing. There's a lot of building rubble. Seems to be like all up, like strewn around the place as well. There's pools of water. You can see where a sewer seem to flow adjacent to the wall, kind of thing. Yeah. So you can see that there's been some kind of conflict or some kind of battling or something's been going on. But there's in no way the magnitude of dead bodies that are on the outside of the wall, which is outside of Helm's Deep, the interior Helm's Deep. Yeah, it's seen some casualties and it's seen some battling, but it hasn't seen the magnitude of what's happened on the exterior.
Right. Am I allowed? Am I able to like basically get on the wall?
Yeah, you can climb. There's some steps leading up to the wall. The steps. Yeah, stone steps. Every like 100 feet or so, there's some stone steps that seem to just like go up onto the wall. Yeah, the wall has battlements as well, so there's battlements across the wall.
Yeah, I go up there to like basically look out ahead to see if I can see like anything coming our direction or.
You've got the steps,
like some-
yeah, so you climb the stone steps, they're quite large stone steps, you climb away to the top. And then there's a row of battlements. It's a very thick, deep set of battlements, at least 3 foot deep. Yeah. You can't see over the wall, so what you do is you actually climb onto the battlement wall itself. Yes, just climb yourself.
I do so.
Stand on the battlement itself, like literally on the battlement windows, and look out, and you can see that there's a massive multitude of dead orcs and trolls and whatnots and things like that. Yeah, massive. You see a massive multitude of dead orcs and a couple of trolls and things like that. It's Murok High. As well as like some Rohan and some Elven fighters as well. Spread about the place. You know what I mean? Just like spread all over the place. You can't see in the distance. You can't see anything coming. It is coming down to night time.
That's going to be a bit tricky then, isn't it? So.
It looked like it rained. It looked like it rained heavy the night before as well, because you can see this like.
So like a swampy land then, or
it's
something?
not swampy as such, but the ground is still quite wet. The battlements themselves is wet, like it's been raining. Yeah, the night before.
Since I'm on top of the wall, can I see like inside the area as well?
You can see
like on the other side.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. On the interior, it's called the interior.
Yeah,
you can see that. You can see that's where there's several bodies, and there's where there's small sewer, and it looks like there's like the pools of water and things like that. The interior is predominantly a huge, massive, flat piece of stone that seems to be backed up by part of the mountain. Yes, a sheer cliff face, kind of like stretching up across this flat. Like courtyard kind of thing. Yeah,
can I make a perception check from where I am to see like if there's like something strange, like something of like a sign that the Black Priestess might be there, or see somebody acting weird within the walls.
You can
So
roll.
what, you're looking for the guy who holds the sign at the airport saying this person. You're looking for that guy saying Black Priestess here, please.
Roll.
Nothing like that. It's just if I see something odd that indicates that person, then yeah, that's what I'm talking about, basically.
Roll.
Or a
That might
spy.
A
Maybe a
spy. Spy.
Or a spy, basically. That might be hidden.
Roll. Yeah.
No. I'm gonna try and flick that.
Okay.
Off
And
the
the both
table.
off.
A 1 and a 2.
Wow.
Plus 86.
You can see that's an open court. It's an open flat courtyard area. It's got the back wall to it is a flat face of a mountain. There is a cave entrance on the far side of the far side of the courtyard. It looks like it's a cave entrance.
A cave entrance.
Yeah, you don't know where it goes, but
I don't see anybody.
you don't see anybody
acting
around it. You
odd.
don't see anybody like moseying around it, kind of thing. I don't see anybody walking around through the courtyard, anything like that. It is very windy. It is very damp. It's very cold, and the only noises that you can hear are actually coming from the keep, which is at one end of the actual wall. The rest of the wall just stops abruptly again in the face of a mountain.
Zappy looks at that cave bit area and gets curious.
Okay.
Of what that could be.
It's quite large opening. It's not chiseled. It's a natural opening.
Zappy is gonna go down there to explore it if she can.
Yeah.
Yeah, she goes down.
It's dark as hell. It's dark as hell, but you can see inside. It goes for about 10 feet, and then there is a staircase that seems to lead down.
I do have night vision if I look in the cave. I can use the spell night vision.
Roll.
Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
I am going to do a level 5 spell.
We know what
Because
Zabby's
my
spell
maximum-
abilities like.
It's natural. No, I don't want to flick. I don't want to flick. No, that's not what I needed.
It's good enough though.
That's better.
Nope.
That wasn't a roll.
I know it wasn't, so... Come on. 66.
Mhm.
It's a natural roll.
Oh, natural 66.
Yeah.
What arm are you wearing?
I am wearing nothing.
Okay, 66.
nudist.
it's no armor, you
need to
dingus.
get -20. So, what level are you?
I am level 7. And my spell is level 5, night vision.
Okay, you got to get 56 or less, but you're allowed to -20 to it.
So...
60 or less, minus 20, 80? Or
No,
less?
56. 56 or
Oh,
less.
56 or less. So
-20.
76 or less. 76 or less.
76 or less?
Mhm.
Is that?
Yeah, because you can minus 20 to your score, so it's well
Mm.
underneath 56. Yeah, 67.
67.
Okay, minus the hit point, minus the power points.
Let's
It'll be 5
see.
power points, yeah.
It'll be 5 power points.
So that would be here. Come on.
Minus
3, 4, 5.
Okay.
minus 5 power points, yeah. Okay, now you have night vision.
Okay, I'm looking. Can I scout into the cave if I can?
Yeah, you can see it goes for about 10 feet, and then there's a staircase that seems to go down. The staircase is a stone staircase. There's no decoration, no paintings on the walls, no graffiti, no anything like that kind of stuff. It's just a cave.
Right, I need to remember the spell thingy. My night vision lasts. Oh, great! An hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Does it?
Yeah.
No, but does it? Does
It's-
it increase per level? Have a look at your.
yes, it's 10 minutes per
level.
level. So I have
70
it
minutes.
for an hour and 10 minutes.
Oh, that's plenty of time.
Plenty of time.
Yeah, so I'm going to explore these cave areas a bit to see
Okay.
like where it leads and all that.
That's fine. Estelle,
Goddamn.
you
Yeah.
are with Olwe, and you are looking through the these what do you call it? like supply cells.
Mhm.
Yeah, these more like warehouses, kind of warehouses. It's a storage area for the keep itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
After you go to about the fifth or sixth one, you're looking and you're thinking, yeah, I do recognize some of these people, and these are from Tharbad, but you don't know their names, or you don't know an awful lot about them. You see the butcher. Yeah, you don't know his
Yeah.
name.
Don't know his
You
name,
don't
but-
know his
I don't
name.
know his name, but it's the guy that sold the stuff, and he was like talking about eggs.
Yeah.
I wonder if he remembers you. That'd be great.
Huh?
I wonder if he actually remembers you.
Well, you remember him, but you don't know his name. You just know that he's a butcher and he sold you those things that day.
Okay. Well, I keep a tab on where he is, at least.
Okay, but he's in
'cause I know
there.
where he is.
Again, you keep looking. You come to the conclusion that there's nobody here that you're looking for.
A sigh.
Oh, we ask what you're hoping to find.
Already. I said earlier, I'm trying to look from if my mother ever went with these refugees, which I don't see her.
Well, then she still has to Tharbad.
Possibly.
I think she
Yeah.
might have gone somewhere else.
I don't really know where she would go, though.
Any of these people know of, like, did all the refugees just come here, or did they go somewhere else?
Whisper, can I start looking for like the neighbors,
The neighbours?
the people that would be neighbors to my house with my mom?
Yeah, do a
Would
roll.
know my mom.
Yeah, you can do a roll.
Okay. Oh. Is this
I
perception?
didn't help you.
Yeah, perception.
It rolled into the other dice, so it's like, oh no. But do I risk it?
I mean, what's your perception adding?
I just.
No, I'm curious. What is your perception adding?
My perception is 67,
Okay.
and I got
67
53.
Yeah, you should be fine then.
That's 110, is it? Yeah?
Yeah.
110. You don't
Yeah.
exactly find a neighbour. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
But you do find somebody who knows who your mum is.
Right.
Yeah? So much one
What I want to say, I want to go to them and ask of if when did they leave, and do they know like if all the refugees of Harbour went here or elsewhere? And then ask about my mom.
it's an older woman. Yeah?
Mhm.
Human.
Mhm.
Knows who your mum is. Like she occasionally says like hello to her and when she's out and about and stuff like that, yes. Occasionally
And also, if my
stops
mum
and
ever
chats.
went with your refugee people, have you
Occasionally
seen?
stops and chats and stuff like that, you know, when they're out and
Yeah.
about and things like that.
Yeah.
When they pass each other, but they're not neighbours. Might be in the same kind of like district
Yeah.
vicinity, but not neighbours. She says that the refugees from Tharbad predominantly have all come here.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's been really awful. It's like first there was the floods. Yeah, and we just seem to have flood after flood. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they don't know like what's causing the floods. The
Flood after flood, like consecutive floods.
Yeah, they seem to like they had a small flood which wasn't too bad, but then they seem to have there was a huge flood. It's the floods. Obviously, it's the river, and they don't know why the river is flooding. Somebody said that there was something. It was coming down out the mountains, coming down out the Misty Mountains.
Oh.
Yeah. But the refugees, the only places that they've actually gone is to here. The Shire's too, like, alien to them. It's too uncharted kind of thing. They don't really have a lot of knowledge of the Shire area. There was talk of some people going to Bree, but they thought it was just it's far too north. Yeah. Besides, they all knew that the Rohan have got like resources, and they've got lots of land, and they've got fortresses and stuff like that. So they thought that some of them, a majority of them, said that it would be a good idea to come to Rohan. You know.
Yeah.
It's a human-controlled territory, which is. It falls in the same kind of culture as Tharbad. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of trade for Tharbad comes from Rohan, so it's it was one of those things where, like, okay, we can go and seek aid from Rohan because that's where we get our horses from. That's where we get our grain from. That's where we get our supplies from, kind of thing.
Right.
So it was inevitable that they were going to go to Rohan. They weren't really going to go to the Shire because the Shire doesn't really export an awful lot of stuff to Tharbad. Adventurers do come down, and people do come down and buy stuff and take it back to the Shire, but the Shire doesn't really export anything. Bree is way too far north. The elves of Rivendell was out of the question completely. Not many people in Tharbad have very much in the way of communication with the elves anywhere on Middle-earth. It's a predominantly human city. So they only left Rohan. Rohan was the only option to go.
Did everyone from Tharbad go, or just
no?
Some of them.
No. See, after the flood, the city was attacked.
Yeah.
By orcs. They seem to come down out of the mountains. That's the people of Tharbad seem to put two and two together and think maybe what the orcs were doing was damming some of the feeder rivers. Building, like, getting huge, like, damming the rivers and creating these huge reservoirs of water, and then breaking the dams and just basically flooding Tharbad.
Right.
Yeah. Possibly out of the Misty Mountains. There's been talk of, like, orcs coming out of Moria.
Yes.
And they started attacking parts of the city, setting fire to it, to making it virtually uninhabitable. I mean, if it wasn't for, like, you could be attacked by orcs, you could be flooded, you could be set on fire or something like that, because the houses are built so close together that if one caught fire, then the chances are the whole street would end up going up.
Oh yeah.
But not everybody left. The worst damage was on the South Shore.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, on the South Shore. The North Shore seems to be still fairly, like, okay to live in. Still fairly inhabited. The island itself in the middle is it has suffered massive flood damage.
Oh.
Yes.
Right.
But the orcs hadn't, or the orc raiders, so they're just like raiding parties, haven't crossed over the river yet. They haven't crossed over the bridges. Okay.
So where are they currently?
At the moment, they're just ransacking the South Shore. A lot of the inhabitants, a lot of the residents, have actually started barricading the bridges,
Oh, I see.
building like wooden ramparts and stuff like that, obstacles. So when the orcs do start like launching an attack or something like that, some of the inhabitants of Tharbad have been fighting them back and driving them back. Yes, and none of the orcs are going to attack the central island across the river because they have to attack using boats and rafts and stuff like that. And with the flood damage, that the water's just way too high and way too deep for them to launch an effective attack. But at the first opportunity when that flood water recedes, they will cross onto the central island by water rather than taking the bridges.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you ever see my mother stay behind, or where? Do you know if you've crossed paths with her when you went to refuge elsewhere?
The last time she saw her, yeah,
Yeah.
she was talking to somebody. Another woman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. This other woman seemed to have a letter. She seemed to imply that you wrote the letter and that you asked this woman to hand the letter to your mother.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did the woman look like?
Tall, thin, very pale, long black hair. Kind of had like a charcoal-y style dress, very elegant. She had very long, thin, fair skin, thin fingers, slender hands. And she had a letter, and the letter had a seal on it. And she handed it to your mother, and she said that apparently you were trying to send your mother a letter, and you had entrusted this woman with delivering of this letter. Yeah.
Did you ever see in detail the letter, the seal on the?
She couldn't see. She said it was a blue seal.
Oh no.
I can't remember. What seal color did I use way back in Ravenda? Was it blue?
Blue.
Was it blue?
It was blue. I know I wasn't at the beginning of it, but I do remember clearly in that session of that it was most
She says it was
definitely
it was
blue.
a wax seal. She thinks it was a blue one. But apparently, like she said that this woman said that she was a friend of her daughter, and she had entrusted her with this letter, and that she had to deliver it to your mother.
Oh
I
no.
knew it. You are working with the enemy.
Oh,
Right from the get-go.
Shut up, please.
Shut up, Lee.
Just don't beat it to your head.
Where, do you remember when this was? Like how long ago? How many days ago did this happen?
How many days ago?
Yeah.
It wasn't long ago. Maybe a day ago. A couple of days ago.
Oh no. You sent that like a few weeks back though, didn't you?
Okay.
Didn't you?
And
Like...
that's the last time you ever saw my mother.
Your mother seemed to be quite pleased that she actually was speaking to somebody who had been speaking to you, or knew who you were, or knew that you were safe, or yeah.
Thank you for answering my questions. Can you remind me your name again? Because it's been ages since we last passed path, and I never really asked your name. Sorry.
Her name's Corinth.
Whisper, how do you spell that?
God. Hang on.
Corinth.
I don't know. Yeah.
Was it Corinth or Corinne? Corinth.
Corinth.
Okay.
Corinth. Yeah, Corinth.
Oh my god, I don't know why, but my booty is like shaking at that right now.
Apparently, see, you're under the impression that like she was on the other side of the street and she's just like tried to visually recreate the encounter where this black maiden with the long black hair, very fair skinned, very youthful looking, seems to be very jolly and very pleasant and very happy to actually meet your mother. And she says, "Oh, I have this letter that was written by Estelfair. She entrusted me to deliver it in person. She'd like to let you know that that she is safe, and that she is among her friends, and that she will return home as soon as possible." There's a conversation takes place, but she kind of picks up little bits of it. Something like, "Oh, when did you last see her? Why did she leave?" All that kind of stuff. And like again, the conversation kind of blurs out a bit because she's too far away to actually hear it. But she sees that your mother seems to be really pleased that she's actually communicating with somebody who's recently seen you, and knows that you're okay, and that you have taken the time to actually write a letter.
Did you ever pass in previous days to that a day where she received other letters, or was that the only time you ever saw her receive a letter?
She doesn't know anything beyond that. She doesn't.
Okay.
She's not that. She's not a neighbour. She's just somebody that knows who your mum is. That's all. Again, just like you recognise the butcher. Just like you recognise the butcher. You know what I mean? It's just.
Yeah, it was worth a shot. Anyway.
Yeah, I know, but no, she doesn't know that information. She doesn't know that kind of details, but that's to answer your question. That's what she's kind of visually recreated, verbally towards you. That this person has been in contact with your mother, and they seem to be. She says she seemed to be really happy and really pleased, and they seem to be laughing and giggling, and making small talk and stuff like that. And towards the end of the conversation, before she left them, your mother invited this person into the house to make a cup of tea.
Oh no.
Oh, okay. So she went in with a cup of tea.
As far as she knows.
As a player right now, I'm thinking, oh no.
Estelle at this moment is probably cringing.
Yeah, it's just.
It's all nice. She smiled this one.
Still.
It's the creepy bit, though, isn't it? It's the creepiness of it all.
Yeah, it's the creepiness of like all of it, and I'm like, oh no, it's gonna be that situation, isn't it? The worst case scenario situation. Fuck.
I've had my worst case scenarios already. Don't worry.
I do feel like.
Well, anyway, thank you.
I just have this. Sorry, as a player, I just have this feeling. Oh no. Just.
Don't worry.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I'm sure Estelle is probably having several emotions at the moment. But yes, so that's the answer to your questions. That's all she can tell you.
That you can't see my face. You just hear the slow, nervous laughter. Yeah.
Estelle's freaking out.
Well, anyway, thank you. I do go back. I walk away.
Okay.
I walk away.
You walk away. You just back off a little bit, like, and then you find yourself a quiet place. And Olby comes over and she says, "That can't be good."
You heard that, right?
Oh, she's an elf.
Yeah.
I
just want to make sure she was listening.
Oh yeah, she heard. Yeah, she says that doesn't sound good. She says, "Well, what do you want to do? Theodon, the king's instructed us to get these people out of here."
He hasn't. Well, it's not really an instruction. It's more of a
command, order, however you want to put it. He wants these people gone.
roughly what time is it? Like how? Like
Sunset.
It's sunsetish.
Yeah.
I do want to get to Theoden before he leaves for the morning.
Okay.
I said I wasn't gonna stop anywhere until we get to Tharbad, but just because of the information and everything, I think it's just what's 8 more hours, you know? At this point, I want to use this time to rest here, somewhere. I can sleep alone.
As opposed to...
As opposed to among people.
Okay. Right.
Well, a nice quiet corner.
Okay.
Yeah. Just imply, Owie, I just want to do a spell that makes me... that I have to sleep for 8 hours, okay?
Oh, okay.
I think I know what spell you're talking about as well.
You know the spells I've done before. That one time when I did it for Winston and for other things. You know, those kind of things.
Uh-huh. She says, yeah, she understands. She looks around and she says, where's Abby?
Well, remember when we left her, she wanted to go to like a firing round or something. Probably, yeah, we just see where she is at this point, and then I go to sleep before the sun completely sets.
Okay, well, she says...
becomes complete darkness. Because I do want to get up at least, like, really, really early.
We better try and find this Theodon then.
Find the king first?
Yeah. You want to see him, don't you? What happens if he leaves before you by the time you wake up? Hmm?
Okay, you know what? Rewind my plan a bit. Theoden first. Theoden first. Then we find Zavi. Then I go to sleep for 8 hours, and then whatever happens after that will happen.
Okay. Theo.
Knew it.
Go. You are moseying your way into town. We'll call the Newtown area of Worldview. It's moderately busy. It's still been it's kind of been a damp, dreary, kind of overcast, greyish, kind of miserable day. And that's not just the atmosphere, that's the actual weather as well, so... Yeah, you're going past various shops, and it looks like there's some kind of like I would say like bed and breakfasts kind of places, yeah?
Yeah, bed and breakfast will nearly be fine that I'm
as you're walking past, you notice that there is a bathhouse, kind of like a communal washing area.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. Yes. There's a young boy on the door, kind of thing.
Like young boys.
Okay. He's got a sign around his neck. Yeah. It says hot bath, 1 silver piece, soap, 2 silver pieces. He's holding out like kind of a tray thing.
So what's this bathhouse look like?
I just want to say something here. These we're hearing people like they're pieces of gold and silver.
It's kind of what you have to trade in.
Yeah, but still.
It's kind of called money.
Yeah, but they like to charge us through the...
We are not long-living people. We need money.
We need
quickly.
money real quick.
Yeah.
Make
Elves
money,
have
make
all
it
this time
fast.
to live and make money as long as they want. They can make a gold in a year and they'll be happy. We will not.
Yeah, well, to be on the defense of the elves, we live so long, we don't really see the point in all that.
Exactly. We don't. We need the money to buy stuff.
But still, I find it as a thief, I'm kind of offended because it's like, yeah, I want to keep all this gold for no reason, but at the same time, you're charging me through the nose to send a stinking letter.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got ripped off. It's fine. You're good.
So yeah, it's a
I
hot
said
bath.
I'm free.
It's a hot bath. 1 silver piece.
And what does the bathhouse look like? Like, I'll ask the young kid. Well, is he a young kid or just a kid?
Yes, young kid, about 7-year-old.
I'll ask the young kid, like, how long has it been operational? What sort of facilities
He says
does it have?
this bathhouse established 2 weeks ago. Longest running bathhouse in Waldsview.
Cool. You're cleaning,
Slap the
mate.
kid around the face if he says that.
No, it was established 2 weeks, about 3 weeks ago. It's the oldest bathhouse in Waldsview.
What happens with all my personal belongings that I've got on me? Where do they go?
You put them in a chest and a locker. Yeah.
Do you have your own room, or is it a huge
No,
group
just
bath?
the bath. The bath. Person comes out, hot water in the bath. Yeah, it's one room. That's it. Yes, you take turns, and then and if you want soap, it's an extra silver piece if you want soap.
So it's one room. You
One
go in
room.
the room alone.
No.
Your chest and that are in a different
Yeah,
room.
yeah. There's a waiting room. There's a waiting room. Yeah, you have to wait, and there's one bath, and then somebody will come out and they'll fill the bath, and if you paid for soap, they'll put some soap on the side for you as well.
And your chest and that aren't in the same room as your bath.
No, your
Like
chest.
where you
No,
put
no,
your
no.
belongings.
Your belongings. Your belongings is in the same room as the bath. It's basically it's a wooden building. It's got 2 rooms. One's a waiting room. Yes, with some benches, and then there's the bathroom. And basically, it's a large tin bath, which somebody will fill with hot water, and then if they'll leave a bar of soap if you paid for a bar of soap. It's 2 silver pieces if you want a bar of soap and a hot bath. If you just want a hot bath, then it's just 1 silver piece. You get 10 minutes.
How many people use this place? Is it regular?
Loads. All the miners come here.
Blimey. I don't know. I'm in an hurry if I want to go to just a bath or just to go get drunk first and then a bath.
But that's what it is.
Why
That's
can't you
all
do
it
both
is.
At the same time.
Because there's no alcohol in this bathhouse. It's just
No,
a bar.
no. It's just
Bring
it's,
an alcohol
it,
with
it, it's a
you.
wooden
I'm
shed.
miles away.
It's a wooden building. That's all. It's a wooden building. There's a waiting room, and like, and if you pay your 2 silver pieces, or you pay 1 silver piece, he'll give you a ticket, and then you wait until your number is being scratched onto that blackboard over there in the corner, see hanging up on the wall, and it says, and then when your number's been written up there, you go, you show your ticket, and then you go and they'll fill you the hot bath, and then you go get your bath.
Nah, I'm good. I walk away from him. I walk away.
The whole idea is not
I
good.
say,
is
look,
it?
no, I'm good. Nah.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say this. I would laugh if that little NPC just goes quiet day.
He's right here, really. He don't care.
Yeah. But there you go. So.
No, but I would just laugh if that NPC did that. You know,
I just continue walking until I can find like an inn with bar or a pub.
A pub.
First,
A pub.
or
Just a wee
bar
pub.
inn.
You see that? So that's the bathhouse. Yeah. Literally.
I put a pin in it. I know where it is.
Yeah, that's the bathhouse. Yeah. It's actually got written on the sign outside. It just says bathhouse.
Yeah, I'll remember where it is. But
I almost thought it was gonna be one of those like hot springs.
like a Chinese walking thing, I thought. Like
No.
a Chinese
I was
bar.
thinking.
I was thinking, well, yeah. Well, there'll be 2 doors, and there'll be female and male, and then
Yeah.
you go in the male one, and it's full of males in the bath.
That's right.
Big
that's what
ass.
I thought.
No.
But no, it's just a bath.
It's just a bath.
But no, I will try to find somewhere else with alcohol,
Alcohol.
probably a room.
See, you're
looking
writing
for somewhere I
yourself
can
as an
stay.
alcoholic, man.
I want to drink my sorrows away.
Alcoholic.
I'm going to drink my sorrows and cry.
Okay.
and
You're
call
finally living up to that name of alcoholic.
He's earned it this time. You ain't got to he's earned it.
So the idea
Okay,
of
fine.
like a tin bath in a room.
No,
10
I mean
minutes.
I don't mind it. It's just I just
10
don't like the
minutes.
idea of sitting in a bath when my lockers, like my possessions are somewhere I can't see, with a load of men just waiting at the door.
Yeah.
I don't like that idea. I don't like men waiting at my door.
Waiting for their turn.
Just just chop that piece out and you can take it so out of context. I
find the
hate
women.
waiting. I hate
And-
men waiting out my door.
At my door.
At my door.